Once upon a time, a person went to Gautam Buddha seeking advice on how to control his emotion. The person was struggling with anger and frustration, and he was looking for a better way to manage his emotion better. Buddha smiled and asked him to sit down. He said, I will tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled a possessive country. One day, he decided to visit the neighboring kingdom. He had heard that kingdom was famous for his wisdom. When the king arrived, he was welcomed with great honor. The king of the neighboring kingdom had prepared a grand feast in his own honor. During the feast, the king noticed a fly in the soup. He was disgusted and ordered his servant to bring him another bowl to soup. The king of the neighboring kingdom saw this and said, His Majesty, please do not be angry. It was just a small fly. It does not matter. The king replied, I cannot tolerate such a thing. Even a small fly can ruin my mood. The king of neighboring kingdom smiled and said, The Majesty, allow me to give you a piece of advice. It is not to fly that ruined your mood, but your reaction to it. You have the power to control your emotion. Do not let them control you. The king realized the wisdom in the words and returned to his kingdom. From that day, more not taking the situation, the world previously trigger to his emotion. He found that he was maintaining the compared the power of not reacting is an important lesson for all us who often react situation without thinking, and this can lead to negative consequences. Reacting to situation with anger and friction can damage our relations with others and hinder our ability to make clear-handed decisions. However, it is important to understand that not reacting does not mean that we should suppress an emotion. Emotions are a natural part of our human experience, and it is important to acknowledge them. Instead of reacting impulsively, we should take the time to process our emotions and respond in thoughtful manner. In another part of the world, there lived a young man named Michael. Michael was very emotional person and he often reacted impulsively to situations that upset him. He would get angry and say harmful things which would lead an argument and hurt feelings. One day, Michael decided to take control of his emotion. He knew that his impulsive reaction caused more harm than the good, and he wanted to change. He started practicing mindfulness and meditation, which helped him become more aware of his thoughts and emotions. He also started practicing the arts of not reacting. Whenever he found himself in a situation, it would not normally trigger his emotion. He would take a step back and take a few deep breaths. He would then access the situation and respond in a thoughtful manner. At first, it was difficult for Michael to control his emotion. He will still get angry and frustrated, but he would take a step back and not react impulsively. As he continued the practice, he found it became easier to control his emotion. Michael also noticed that his relationship with others improved. He was no longer getting into argument and hurting people's feelings. Instead, He was able to communicate it in a calm and thoughtful manner, which helped him build to stranger relationships. One day, Michael's friends came to him for his friend was going through a difficult condition and he was feeling very upset. Michael listened to his friend's problem and offered words, comfort, and support. His friend thanked him and said, "You always know just what to say. You never get angry or upset." Michael smiled and replied, "It is not that I never feel angry or upset. It's just that I would learn to control my emotions and not let them control me." It's a powerful tool that has helped me improve my relationships and my overall well-being. Michael's parents was impressed and asked him how he learned to control his emotion. Michael shared his experience with mindless and the power of not reacting. He encouraged his friends to try it for himself, and his friend was grateful for the advice. Over time, Michael becomes known for his calm and thoughtful demeanor. He was able to handle difficult situations with grace, and people admire him for his strength and resilience. He continued to practice mindfulness and then the art of not reacting, and he found that brought a sense of peace and happiness. The power of not reacting valuable lesson that we can all learn from. It takes practice and patience, but the rewards are all well worth it. By controlling our emotions, we can improve our relationships, make better decisions, and live a more fulfilling life. The moral story of the king and Michael teaches us that we have the power of control our emotions. We may not able to control what happened to us, but we can control how we react to it. By practicing mindfulness and the art of not reacting, we can learn to control our emotions and respond in thought manners. It is a powerful tool that can help improve our relationships, our well-being, and our overall quality of life. So let us take the time and to practice and cultivate this powerful skill and let it transform our life. So long thought and relation are cherished in the minds. Anger will disappears. Agitation, thought, resentment and forgotten. He who holds back and rises in anger, like a rolling charity him. And I call real driver. Other people are but holding the reins, holding into anger. This is like drinking poison and expecting the another person to die. Oh, himself and greater than another who consequently die 1,000 times, 1,000 on battlefield. Do not be led by your restriction, to be led your action. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without inconsistency. The instant we feel and we already constitute striving for the truth and we can striving ourselves. The mind is everything. What you think you becomes. You will not punish for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. The root of suffering in attachment. If you want to others to be happy, practicing composition. If you want to be happy, practice composition. Let me go to first freedom. And freedom is the only condition to happiness. If you know your heart still clinging and anything, anger, anxiety, possession, we cannot be free. Better than thousand hollow words in one word, that's being peace. All the time we result what we have thought. Respect, don't react. Respond with reason, not emotion. In the end, only there is things matter. How much you love, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. You is experienced to the humility of life in all beings, and all beings in his own self, and looks on everything with impartial eyes. Happiness never decreases by being shared. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become who we think. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream the future. Concentrate mind with present moment. Three things cannot be long hidden. The sun, the moon, and the truth. The only way to find true happiness is the let's go to the attachment of things and people. The mind is everything. What you think becomes. It is man on mind, not his enemy force that lures him into evil ways. And I dare that to development and put in the electron is more important than a necessity and exact only idea. There is no fire like passion. There is no shark like unrated. There is no snare the fully. There is no torrent like great. What we think we becomes. All that we are is with our thoughts. With our thoughts we make the world. If you want to slice, do you have to give up to the both way you down. If you want to change the world, change yourself himself. Happiness is not something ready mode. It comes from your own action. The trouble is you think you have time. The mind is like oh wonder. When it's turbulent, it's difficult to see when it is calm. Everything becomes clear. The, the tongue like a sharp knife heals without drawing blood. Do not feel follow the footage of the vice. See what they salt. Purity or impurity depend on oneself. No one can purity another. Let us rise up and be thankful for didn't learn to love today. At least we learned a little. And if we did to learn later, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we know. So let us all thankful. Only in life it is not to be truth based on knows. The past is already gone. Future is not yet here. There is only one moment for you life. To be idle, it is short road depth. And to be religion, it is a very poor life. Foolish people are ideal. Whose why is diamond? It does not case by hearted, but only by love. This is stainless law. Whatever amount keep punishing what is thinking and pondering. That's become the inclination and awareness. Do not dwell the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. The mind is everything. What you think you become. To look not look century in anyone except yourself. The only way to go great work is not what to do. If you haven't found to it, settle. Keep looking and settle. As will all matter to the heart. You will know when you will find it. The greatest glory in living lies not seen up to every time as well as fall. No one saves us but ourselves. No one who can and no one may. Oh yes, health is very important.